What's up, my beautiful people, my beautiful fans, my beautiful Jijos? Hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody is great right now. Well, I am back home. I'm in Bombay right now. It's been a crazy semester. It's been a lot of hard work, a lot of fun. So basically this video is me showing you guys a short film that I made over this entire course of the semester, and basically I wanted to infuse it with how passion that you have for yourself drives you to make beautiful products, beautiful things that you want to make professionally. So my passion is films, and I love doing and making and spending time in the process. For those of you who don't know, the process of films is very, very, very long, especially for animation. It takes a lot of patience, a lot of trial and error, a lot of those things. So I want to get you through the process of how things work out over here. So let's dive right in. Number one, basically, is you thinking about what you want to do. So like a film is basically a story that you're telling to the audience. What you do in the beginning is, and what I did for this film is I did concept design. So I had a pen and I had a paper. I just drew out different concept designs. As you can see, kind of the rough sketches. Also, I suck at drawing, so pardon me on the drawing part because I'm not good at drawing. I got all these concept designs of different stories that I wanted to make. Basically what I did is I refined them. So then I had a refined concept design. Basically having more detail into it, basically having more design aesthetics, maybe having a color palette, maybe having one shot or one scenery of the film that I thought of. So after doing that is basically thinking of timing, thinking of shots. The easiest way to do that is to storyboard all of them. You have panels, and as you can see, you put all the panels and you draw each panel. You're showing each movement, each shot, each frame. Well, you don't have to draw frame by frame, but you basically show the important movements that are happening in a film. For example, a shot angle, a camera angle, or the change of shots, or a zoom in or a zoom out, or an action in the movie. So basically you lay out all these storyboards, and then you see how do they look in terms of film perspective. Do they follow the rule of thirds? Do they have good camera angles for the action that they're doing? Do they do this? Do they do that? So basically what my concept was of a guy fighting the beat in order to get to this girl. I had to animate it. I had to animate my animation to the beat. So I had to compose the music, thinking of the story in my head. So that once my music is done, that's when I can start animating it. So I composed my own music. I used GarageBand for composing. I used a couple of MIDI keyboards, some MIDI instruments on the GarageBand, and then I used some of the loops that were available. If you guys are into films, if you want to do films, make sure you get critiqued by other people, because there are perspectives that other people see, certain interpretations that you don't realize until you show it to another person. That could really be a room for improvement for your movies that you're making, and there's always room for improvement. So basically now what happens is you take all the storyboard panels, put it together in a rough animatic. So our requirement for this film, since it was part of a class program, it was supposed to be exactly 30 seconds long. Nothing more, nothing less. Exactly to the dot 30 seconds. So here you go, here's my rough animatic. So after this rough animatic, after the final animatic, you basically move on to the actual production stages. So I'm done with pre-production. I have all my timing set, I have my music set. Now we can start animating. So the good thing about this 30 seconds, we could use pre-rigged characters. I basically started animating mine. So the first stages of animation is blocking. So blocking is basically something that you do in 3D to show key movements again. And this is how my blocked animation looks like. Take a look. So after you block it, after you fix your timings, after you do all the right moments, the right keyframes, the right points, the right beats at the right time, after that is when you start to make it look pretty. And what I mean by pretty is not actual pretty, it means animation pretty, and this process is called splining. And splining is basically, you saw how the movements were very blocked out, right? So this is where you kind of smooth it out. So it's like the in-between smoothness, the ease-ins, the ease-outs, all that matters, all the moving holds, that basically making the animation look pretty. Here's how the spline looks. So after the splining, after you are done with the final animation, now is the time to start making it look pretty, your thing. So what I did for my lighting is I used 3-point lighting. I had a key light, I had a hairline light, and I had an edge light to both my characters to make them to make it look very nice and like in a studio way. I added like a nice backdrop, and I used photometric lights towards the back to make it have like a nice background light, but I used depth of field to kind of blur that out, so having my character like stand out. The most time-taking part is the rendering part, because it took me at least 4 days to render this film out, because I had to do it on my home computer after you render everything out. Now we go to post-production. In my movie, I had to do a lot of particle effects. I used Trapcode Particular from After Effects, the red giant plugin. I created my main film title and I named it Battle with the Beat. And I put all of these together, and finally the final product of all the hard work that you did for the past 4 months coming into one action. And I watched it a million times because I was so proud of myself. In this video is that if you're passionate about something, you will get what you want as long as you're driven, as long as you're diligent in your work. So guys, follow your passion. Trust me, follow your passion. Be diligent in your work. Be honest. Work hard and work smart. You have to have the combination of both of these in order to be successful in what you want to do. The whole term of like, oh, don't work hard, work smart, only gets yourself out. Trust me. Hard and smart together is a lethal combination. At the end of this video, I will show you my final product of the film, just so you know how it looks. So stay tuned, and until next time, until 2 weeks, cheers and deuces. And here's my movie.